why most side hustles fail, and how to avoid it. It's great to connect with you again in this week's edition of the Side Gig newsletter. Today, I want to have an honest conversation about something that's not often talked about: why most side hustles fail. But don't worry, this isn't about scaring you off. It's about learning from the common mistakes others have made so that you can avoid them and set yourself up for success. 1. Jumping in without a plan. I've seen so many people get super excited about a side hustle idea, only to jump in without a clear plan or set of goals. It's like heading out on a road trip without a map. You'll probably end up lost or frustrated. My tip: start by setting clear, achievable goals for your side hustle. Think about what you want to accomplish, whether it's earning extra cash or building a brand, and write down a simple business plan to guide you. Trust me, having a plan makes a world of difference. 2. Underestimating the time commitment. We all know that balancing a full-time job and a side hustle can be a real challenge. It's easy to underestimate how much time and effort it takes to grow a successful side gig. My tip: be realistic about how much time you can dedicate to your side hustle. I recommend using tools like Google Calendar or Trello to block out specific times each week to work on your hustle. Consistency is key. Even a few focused hours a week can make a big difference over time. Increase your productivity by 200% to 7-day challenge military medal. 7-day action plan to double your productivity. This included tested methods, tools, and hacks to boost your overall productivity. Side gig. Benjamin Ellengoven. 3. Not keeping an eye on finances. One mistake I've seen over and over is people not tracking their side hustle finances closely. Whether it's overspending or not setting aside money for taxes, poor financial management can quickly become a problem. My tip: start tracking every dollar that comes in and goes out of your side hustle. Tools like MyGigsters can help you keep everything organized. And don't forget to save for taxes. It's better to be prepared than caught off guard. 4. Ignoring market research. Having a great idea is awesome, but if you don't understand your market, it's going to be tough to succeed. Many side hustlers skip the step of researching their audience or testing their idea before launching, and that's a big risk. My tip: spend time really understanding your target market. Use tools like Google Trends to see what's trending, and consider running a small pilot of your product or service. Getting feedback early on can save you many headaches down the road. 5. Trying to do everything yourself. I get it, we all want to save money and take control of our projects, but trying to do everything on our own can lead to burnout and missed opportunities. My tip: don't be afraid to ask for help or outsource tasks that aren't your strong suit. Platforms like Fiverr or Upwork are great for finding freelancers who can take some of the load off your plate. Plus, connecting with other side hustlers can give you valuable support and advice. I've spent the last week in Dubai. It's been a surprisingly productive week. Probably because I've been waking up at 4 a.m. every morning and not being able to fall back asleep. Fortunately, there's a 24/7 Starbucks down the road. Coffee snobs, don't at me. So I've been getting a few hours work in before everyone else wakes up, which is nice. Who said jet lag was a bad thing? Anyway, let's talk side hustles and why they usually fail, in my observation, which should be taken with a massive grain of salt because I do talk a lot of shit. The problem with side hustles. The very nature of a side hustle is that you do it on the side. You have a job, probably one that pays okay. Maybe you're happy in your job, maybe you're not. Doesn't matter. You want to build something, likely a business, on the side. It's a rational approach to building a business. You reduce your downside risk. It's not stressful. You can make decisions from a place of abundance rather than extreme scarcity because you have income from your job. But this is also why they rarely work. There's no urgency. There's no pressure. There's no deadline. You have no skin in the game unless you've already invested $$ in building your side hustle. Most people do not. It's hard to artificially create pressure. It's difficult to artificially create urgency, pressure, and real deadlines. And this is why it's hard to actually succeed with a side hustle. It's why you see people who build their brand for years on end without ever building a product or shipping something, simply because they don't need to ship and make money, even if they want to. It's why you see people work on their revolutionary SaaS tool for years on end while the market has already evolved past the point where the only thing revolutionary about said SaaS tool is, well, nothing. Side hustles give you the freedom to do silly stuff like this. Doesn't mean you should. Who wants to spend 5 years building a brand without making any money? Not me. So what's the solution? How do you actually succeed with a side hustle? I don't have the answer. I'm not going to pretend I do either. I built my first business because I had to. It was either that or get a job. I didn't want to get a job. In other words, I had pressure, urgency, and drive. So I've never really done this side hustle thing the way most people define it. But I do know people who have done it to great success. Here's why I think it worked for them. They build something that the market actually wants. They are systematic about what they're building and who it's for, instead of just making something they're passionate about. Passion helps, but you can be passionate about something that has zero market viability, aka no one will pay for it. They give themselves deadlines. I remember a friend saying to me, if I can't make enough from this business to quit my job by the end of the year, I need to pivot to something else because it's clearly not working. They are paradoxically extremely patient but have a violent sense of urgency. They want to build, market, sell, and make money as fast as humanly possible. But they're also in it for the long haul and know that it takes time. They ship. They reject the idea of building in silence for months or years on end. They put things out into the market and usually fail at first, but then they iterate and start getting results. They are incredibly consistent. They usually work every day, even weekends, at least for an hour or so. They embrace the more mundane, repetitive actions required to build something great. Figure out how you can embed a sense of urgency, drive, and pressure. Expect it to be uncomfortable. Do it anyway. Interesting things. Studio microphone video/podcast. I really enjoyed this interview with Robert Greene. Gained more of an insight into his rise as an author. There are a few useful mental tools hidden in this interview. Recommend. Bird tweet. Great thread from Dakota Robertson on how to become a full-time writer. He's written for 407 days straight. Inspiring. Son, Dubai. I've enjoyed my time here, but I understand the criticisms of the place. It's Flexity. It lacks depth. It's not walkable. That said, I could see myself doing a longer stint here, 6 to 12 months. There's an energy to the place which I like. I'm spending another week here, then I'm off to Romania.